All right, let's get back up in here. Coming at you. Another episode of Horse Race Bets as we get you going. It's another interesting weekend. We have this weekend the road to the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky Oaks. Yeah, it's September. And that's when it all starts. 2-year-olds will be doing their thing. So we're going to check in with runners that are going to be trying to get some points for the Kentucky Oaks. And they'll also try to get some supplemental points to get into the Breeders' Cup, which is coming up at the end of October and the beginning of November, coming up here at Del Mar. Let's get looking at it, all right? Let's get going. The Grade 3 Pocahontas is the first one we're going to talk about. It's a graded stakes event for 2-year-old fillies, 1 mile on the dirt, Saturday at Churchill Downs. Just 7 fillies here. But what you're looking for, you have a combination of sprinters stretching out, and you also have horses that already have route experience. Obviously, in this situation, what do you want? You'd like to probably find a horse that's got some route experience. But first, let's take a look at what's happening with our pace analysis. So, Embrace the Moment to the outside is the sprinter with the best early speed. And it looks like they're going to be in a position to try and control the pace from that spot. However, just to the inside of Embrace the Moment is Dazzling Dame. And you can see that Dazzling Dame is undefeated, 2 for 2, winning going 5.5 furlongs. And then she stretched out to win that stake at Monmouth. And that was impressive as well on the front end. And then you have our 2 girls who showed some really nice early speed and able to kind of sit just off and then take off and score and win going 6 furlongs. I'm expecting our 2 girls to be forwardly placed for Kenny McPeak. But really, Embrace the Moment has the speed. But the thing about that is, if you look at the 6, Dazzling Dame, the rider, Luis Saez, you will never see a situation where Luis Saez does not break on top. He may not go get the lead, but he always breaks, and he's very assertive. So I expect the 6 to be out there with the 7, and the 5 might be trailing that field. Then we go to the other runners. Taken by the Wind. This is a runner that's extremely impressive to me because debuting going 7 furlongs is wicked hard. And Taken by the Wind, the daughter of Rock Your World, did a great job at Saratoga, debuting going 7 furlongs, a field of 7 runners, and showed some good early speed, but mainly showed the ability to rate and then take off, which is really hard for young horses to do. And Kenny McPeak, there's that man again. He's got a couple of shots at love. Taken by the Wind, I think, is going to be in the perfect spot to make the move. However, I don't know if she is good enough to get it done. So you have to take a look at the other runners. I got that one right. That could be sitting just off the pace and then make that move. So you look at Miss Complicated for Ian Wilkes and Julien Laparoux. 5 furlong debut. Nice speed. We're not able to win. But what I like is that it was a really big field of 10 runners at Churchill in a maiden special weight. Very expensive race, right? Did a good job. Anytime you have a horse that debuts and splits the field or better, so you have a field of 10 runners. If you can finish 5th or better in that field, I think that's a great debut. She finishes 3rd, beaten by just a half a length. She comes back, goes 6 furlongs, in another really impressive performance in a maiden event. Field of 11. Does the same thing, right? She sits and then makes that move. She'll do the exact same thing on Saturday. But the question is, will that move be good enough as she is closing from the back of the pack? It might be. Because the thing about a race like this, I really want a horse that's got some experience going a route of ground. But once again, we also know the rule. 2 sprints and then the stretch out to the route is a great formula for horses to push on through. However, I think there's another runner in here that has a better chance to get it done, and we get better value with this selection. We're going to go with number 1, Starlit Sky. Going to try and stalk and then run them down. Now, I'm looking at that performance on the dirt track at Horseshoe, Indianapolis. It was a sloppy track. It didn't go poorly, but it fits our criteria. Okay? The debut, a field of 9, and she finishes 4th. Now, she wasn't anywhere close to the leader, but what did I just say? If you debut in a field of, 9 or 10 horses and you can split that field, she finishes 4th, that's a good start. They move on from that. They move to the turf, and George Weaver stretches her out. That's why I like her. 2 routes on the turf. In both of them, she's sitting off the pace and makes that move. I think she's getting smarter, right? She's getting more mature. She's got a bottom. This is going to be her 4th start. So she got the fitness. And Tyler Gaffalione came back off the injury, and he is riding lights out. Starlit Sky is the pick and the value to earn the victory in the Grade 3 Pocahontas and get the 10 points for the Kentucky Oaks and be in consideration for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. And that's how we do it. There's not a tremendous amount of pace in the race, but there is enough to set it up for our filly who will be coming from off the pace. Her only challenge, to be honest with you, is the number 2, Miss Complicated. But I think Starlit Sky is better and has a better turn of foot. And I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? That's how we do it. One race at a time. Coming up on Saturday. And we'll get into the Iroquois coming up next. That's going to be the boys going a mile, trying to get points for the Derby and also trying to get in for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. All right, that'll do it for this episode. Horse Race Bets. In the meantime, between time until next time, we'll see you. I'm Ken Rudulph. Good luck and enjoy whatever you're into.